Oh, I'm muted this whole time. Okay, here we go. I'm really just starting. That's fine. And I recorded it so y'all will hear that beginning. But all right, so the American Airlines, we did already get NC here, but if you did not, a great reentry is if you see this close on the daily above 1480, where the weekly 100 MA is sitting at, with your first target being the weekly 200 MA. All right, so I would absolutely be looking for a daily close above 1480 to get back into this one. And there's I believe it's January 2025. Let's look at the contract that we ended up getting into. But I believe it was January 2025, might even have been January 2026. Let's see. All right, so the February 2024, February 16, 2024. All right, at the 15 call. Now, again, remember, y'all, I'm saying I have plans to exercise these shares because I do see that the travel industry is going up, has some good things, and American Airlines did just recently get an analyst upgrade, so we love to see that as well. So this is one of those low risk swing trades that's great for small accounts. Okay, that doesn't mean that you just go balls to the walls and just buy up, you know, and you just buy like 200 contracts. But this is a good one. Like I said, low risk, affordable entry to look to get into. So 1480 from the 100 MA daily or weekly. And if we come down on the daily, we might as well just go ahead and move this on down to the 1480. And turn off our averages. Using this 1480 is beautiful because if we look here on our daily, American Airlines is actually showing a bull flag subjectively, but this is a bull flag on American Airlines that did get broke out of. I'm like charting with one hand right now. I got my hand holding my phone in the other hand. So my trend lines is a little junky, but y'all see it. And it got that break out of that bull flag pattern Friday. Retesting that trend line in there, right? But I love to see this. So I believe that this week is going to provide a great re-entry into American Airlines. And it's also a point where I'm going to be looking to buy in. I'm going, or like to buy in, scale in, right? Not scale out, but scale in. It would have crossed a new level I was looking for. All right, so then we want to check out Roblox. If you missed Roblox on Friday, because I did kind of call it out in the middle of some, it was pretty quiet in the room on Friday. So if you did miss that one, hey, that one is A-okay, because I did get us into an early entry. But Roblox is doing exactly what it came to do. What we already looked at, what was it, like 3 weeks ago, what we were looking to get into. So y'all watch out for that one. But let's break this down like on the daily time frame. So we did cross out, we did get this break out of this supply zone, this major supply zone. The last time, this is where it gapped down, making this supply zone, right? We got this break out of it Friday, strong close. So that's what I was like, okay, I was already going ahead and looking at getting into it because of the way that it bust through here on the hourly time frame. All right, so overall, what I'm targeting is 48. So I know y'all probably like, oh, that's not that. That's like a $2 push-up, okay, and beyond. Because if it breaks 48, we really have early entry into. It's just clear space up here to 60. Like that's free game on up there to 60. Let me go back to Roblox. Y'all see that there. So this is what I want. Now, I would not mind for Roblox to pull back a little bit at all. I would not mind it. So this is what I'm looking at. As far as our swing trade, we're good. We're in profit. We have our stop loss, which would be down here at the 44.83. So if that's what I'm using as my stop loss, which is around 44.83, then that's also the level that I'm looking at for Roblox to bounce and provide me another entry back in. Well, to be able to call it out, because I'll still be in. But like I said, if it does break below 45.83, then I'm going to say what we can presume here is a cup and handle forming. We could say rounding bottom, that if it did break below would be pulling back to make a handle for a cup and handle, right? Which would be returning to the trend line, this key level we have down here around 41.80, and then possibly bouncing back up. So let me play that out. We see here, we do have a rounding bottom. If this pulls back to retest the trend line in this major key level, we have a cup and handle, right? And I'll be looking for it to hold the trend line in that key level and provide us this move back up. I would not mind seeing that at all. Now, if we do continue to break above the high of last week, I'm trading this into, y'all see this major level of resistance that we have here. It's been rejected at once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll say 7 times, right? So if it happened an 8th time, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be looking to hang on to this much longer. And honestly, I'll be looking to take profit and maybe have one running for if it does break above. But again, I'd love to see it pull back. Now, if I turn these averages on, you see we trading way above average. Way above average. All averages, okay? Especially the 20 MA, which is the yellow one down here. Definitely trading far above the 20 MA as well as the 9. My 9 is just this blue one here. So again, that would make me think like, okay, I would not mind if we got a pullback retesting this trend line. Because if this did come on and push on up to the 48, then we would see the 9 MA move up with it and possibly even connect with the trend line in that key level, right? Which would, again, just confluence of where that could possibly be pulling back to. So watching for that. Hi, Scott. Oh, Lord, it's both of them. Okay, So looking for that on Roblox. So if you didn't enter into that swing on Friday, I wouldn't just wake up on Monday trying to chase it, right? Because again, look at all of these rejection levels that we have here at the 47.69. I'd be waiting to see what happened there. And if it did break above 47.69, wait until you see it pull back. Does not matter how long. And I'm about to show y'all an example of it does not matter how long. If you see the pullback level, wait for it to do that, right? Because that's the scenario that you're playing out. You got to be patient. All right. And then XLE, which this one, listen, I mean, I knew it was going to go up, but I didn't think it was going to go up immediately like that. Yay. I think this is sitting at 40% so far. But look at the level that it came up and tapped. And we do have last week, XLE did close in a doji. All right. Which dojis just represent indecision. They represent indecision. I mean, look at when we all this in over here. Now it did hold the 9 MA. So that's interesting. That's quite interesting. Let's see where our 20, 50, 100, and 200 are. And then, so we are actually sitting in between the 50 and the 20 MA, which I love to use those, which is the 20 is the yellow and the 50 is the blue. I love to use these as a value zone, you guys. This is the value zone of moving averages. What's your question, Ebenezer? Feel free to ask. But these moving averages are known as like the value zone. So this is a great time for us to either buy or sell. For us to determine, hey, just wait for it to break above the 20 MA. And since we're looking at the weekly, child, you want to mark this level off, this 86.38. You want to mark that off, have it on your daily, and you want to see a daily close above 86.38. And that would make you feel good about the weekly candle, right? Or a daily close below the 50 at the 83.29, all right? And I don't even think that I would be looking to buy puts, even if it did close below there, just because it's right here on this trend line, right? Being right there on that trend line, I don't know about that one. I'd be careful getting puts on XLE. Honestly, especially since this 100 moving average is right there, I wouldn't even be interested in getting puts unless I saw it come below 79.13. That's not anything that I want to play with right there. But so looking for that, but our contracts expire, geez, when did they expire? June 2024. So that's nothing that I'm rushing to get out of because we see what's happening. And when you're trading oil stocks, you really do have to keep up with the news. Keeping up with the news is important. Yeah, so we got the 90 call June 21st, 2024. You got to keep up with what crude oil is doing first and foremost, okay? You got to keep up with what crude oil is doing. Oh, I just saw what Kim said. Yeah, because my phone's on D&D. To be able to let you know, because that's how we saw that bounce to even get into these oil stocks in the first place, right? And if you did, I mean, listen, we could look at XLE, Chevron, and Oxy, and both of those are up $5, right? So if you would have gotten, or all three of those are up at least $5. So if you got in from the time that we saw crude oil held the 200 MA, your portfolio should be looking kind of nice right now. So this is one that I'm just watching for. Again, we got it so far out that honestly, I'm looking for this to cross. All I'm looking for on this one is to close above this 86.38 so that I can buy in more. Looking to push it on up to at least, I know at least is going to hit $90.50, right? Because historically, every time that it comes above 86, it at least hits $90.50. All right, or I'll even say at least $89. So we still got about somewhere in between $4 and $7 of this pushing up, and I'm not gonna miss that. All right, so we have those, but now let me show y'all the my big one, the two big ones. OKTA. Listen, I don't got nothing else to say about this. OKTA, man. Who got into OKTA with me? Whether you got in with me or a little bit after or anything, who got into OKTA? Who's in OKTA? One or me? Anybody? All right. Well, I won't say too much else about this one then. The coach is in the holiday spirit, the class is recorded. Okay. Only because I just kind of decided at the last minute. My family was telling me, come love on y'all. So, but anyways, listen, I'm not gonna say too much about it because I can't. I decided in 2024 I'm not beating no dead horses. If I said it 3 times and y'all don't do it, just watch me win from then on. Do not miss this on OKTA. In 2 weeks, up over 300%. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I've been talking to y'all about it. SE though, SE, I feel good to go ahead and enter or to start my position on SE. I absolutely feel super, super good to go ahead and start my position on SE. I day traded it. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say I day traded it, but I was in it for about a 2-day swing last week. And I was saying that I was gonna wait. I wanted to wait for it to go ahead and break above the 20 MA, which is, so we'll just say psychological whole number at 41. I'd love to see that, but here on the daily, when I'm down here on the daily, because that's a double bottom, y'all. That's a double bottom. One, I mean, it consolidated at both bottoms, but 1, 2, right? To at least 56. I mean, hell, at least 50, right? That. And when I'm here and I'm looking at the daily, we finally got us some love above the 20 MA. Now it did it in here, right? And I got the 50 and the 100 here. So again, wait until above 41 might be the best, but this is one of those companies that I just absolutely wholeheartedly believe. I put my back into it, done my research on it, that this company is going to have a great year in 2024. And it is actually projected, analysts have projected that it will nearly outperform the S&P 500. Not outperform it, but nearly outperform it. All right. I'm not missing this one. I feel good to go ahead and get into it, but I'm looking at buying like 2026. So I'm gonna show y'all. It is hey, you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play. What was the O ticker? You said OKTA. OKTA. I really am gonna leave that one where that's at because I've been talking to y'all about it a couple weeks. Okay, so SE, I like to come onto bar chart and this is like one of the first lines that I'll go to look at it. What I did is I just typed in SE limited or SEC unlimited at the top. And then over here on the left-hand side, I went to options and then the unusual options activity. And then when I got here, I clicked on open interest so that it would show me open interest from highest to lowest. All right. So I like to look for open interest highest to lowest, and then also look for what has a pretty decent amount size of volume, because I want to see that people are, this is a position that they're continuously building, right? They're not just buying it and like sticking it there, they're continuing to build this position. And again, I would love to buy out like 2026, ain't gonna hold you, okay? But y'all can see here, I mean, all you really see is calls. All you see is some puts in there every now and then, right? But all you see down here from highest open interest to lowest is calls. They are building their position on this one, y'all. Absolutely do your research on this. I'm gonna have a recording up tonight. So whether you take a screenshot now, you go back and you pause and you looking at these, find what's in your wheelhouse. But I'm gonna let you know. Don't be trying to buy a couple months out. Don't do it. You need to be buying at least a year out, like 2025 expiration date. All right. 2025 expiration date. You might be looking at this and saying, oh, wait, why did this freeze? You might be looking at this and saying, okay, well, $3. Hey, them $3 is gonna run. And when it pulled back, it's not gonna hurt. Okay. Maybe you're not gonna be able to day trade for a little bit, but that's not what we're on here talking about. We're not talking about day trading. We're talking about trading less, swing trading. The puts might be playing people. The puts, did you mean puts? Might be people playing debit spreads. They could be playing debit spreads. They could believe that it's going to go down. They could be straddling. It could be a hedge position. I really don't care what they doing. I don't care what the minority is doing if I can see that the majority is setting their position up to calls. And if we're doing like our research on it and seeing that this is e-commerce, it's just absolutely just gonna take off coming up this year and everything that they're doing, right? Love to see it. So I would be looking at some of these, and here again, don't buy at the beginning of 2024. Don't do it. And it's not a bad thing to buy to get a strike price at your intended target. So y'all can see here that my first target is 50. That's the first place that I'm targeting. All right. So it's okay to buy a strike price that's out there. Not this one. Not January. Not that one. Woo, look at that one. That 35 call. They said we in there. I wouldn't be mad at this one, the 55 call, but I really do think that, okay, that's a little bit too out of the money. Now I forgot, but that's okay if I forgot. I don't have to sit there and be confused for too long. I'm gonna pull up the technicals because I forgot what the analyst upgrade. Oh, Jesus, 1 year forecast 145. I knew it had an upgrade. Like I knew it had an upgrade, but I forgot it was way up there. Okay. They upgraded it for the 1 year projection to be at $145 with the average price being 57. Does anybody plan by shows of ones? Does anybody plan to go do some research on SE? I'm just wondering, okay, y'all wake up, because listen, come on now, I know it's Christmas. Trust me, I know it's Christmas, but I'm still here. Thank you. All right. So those two, now Airbnb. I want to look at Airbnb, and this is going to be as far as me talking about about the patience. If you see a setup, wait on some patience, okay? Let me show y'all. I'm gonna go live on Instagram really quick. I made goals for myself this year. Because I don't care. Like when people are like, oh, don't do New Year's resolution. Listen, I go year by year. Okay. So I have goals this year on things that I said that I was gonna do. And one of them was I was gonna make sure that I was on social media and going live and doing watch list and giving plays more. That's a good goal. I think so. I think it's good to set yearly goals. My bad, y'all. I'm going live. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. One sec. All right. Okay, so let me break down how I mark what all these red boxes are over here. All right. All it is you see we had a 3 gap down pattern over here. That's all I did. I just marked off all of those gaps, okay? I marked off all of those gaps because those are, I'm looking at those as supply zones. If it gapped down, I'm looking at it as supply zones, all right? So that's all I did was mark those off. And honestly, Airbnb has been moving beautifully in between those. Like if I come here on the hourly, like look at this. Beautifully, like every day, you could literally catch a, day trade on these, running up through these. Look at this. It opened up, rejected right there, pushed back down, right? The next day, pushed through here, held it as resistance. That next day, opened up at the bottom, pushed to the top for rejection. Like it's been nice. Okay. But what I'm waiting on is I want Airbnb back down here around, I don't know if it's gonna hit 129, 130 necessarily. Maybe it'll even hold this 134, 135 area. But Airbnb gotta come down. Do y'all remember me posting Airbnb and I was like, it would be great if you didn't do anything with Airbnb until it came, so the reason why I keep searching in here too is because I want to show y'all how easy it is to go back through and back test these things. Add an alert on Airbnb 129.50. When you see it hold that level for at least one market day, this is the contract we want to get and we want to sit on it then. All right. Now, from the time that I wrote this in December 5th, we'll go on bar chart and look, like the open interest has tripled on that contract. Okay. So a good deal, a good part of like when you're swing trading, something that you need to make sure you do is go ahead and scout the contract that you're looking at getting into, and then keep up with the open interest every day. Okay, because if open interest is decreasing, they're exiting their positions, which is a good indication that that's not the side we need to be sitting on. If they are increasing their positions, that's a great indication, letting us know that we are looking at the right side of the trade. All right. However, anyway, so from that time on the 5th, okay, when I said it, that thing shot on up here to 148, 149, and I still left it alone. I still left it alone because why catch a piece of this? And it was choppy. It sat there and consolidated for a little bit. Why catch a piece of that when I could simply wait on it to pull back? Because look what happened in the meantime, in between time. If I do this replay right here from the 5th, when I wrote that in there, look here, the blue is my 50 moving average in the, and the blue is my 50 moving average and the red is my 200 moving average, right? So y'all see that right there. Now, what happens when the 50 MA crosses above the 200 MA? What's that called? Let me see what answers do y'all have. A golden cross. A golden cross. We sure did get that golden cross now. Okay. Okay. You got to be a little patient, y'all. You got to be a little patient. So this pulling back down towards here, where the averages did a golden cross on the daily and on the weekly. What y'all think? Was it smarter for us to wait on this to pull back? Was it smarter for us to wait about 2 weeks on it to pull back and then we catch the bounce off the freaking golden cross? That's money, right? That's going to be a much bigger move. That will provide a much bigger move, okay, than catching this. Could we have made money? Yeah. Did we? Yeah. Was it that much? Not really. Not compared to what this pullback will be. All right. Now, I do have like 2 sets of trend lines on here because I'm not quite, I don't know. I'm not Miss Cleo. I don't freaking know. Okay. But if we're sitting here and we're looking at the weekly, y'all can see this primary trend line here on the weekly. From, when is this from? December. Oh, wow. A year ago. Look at that. Or, oh shit, 2 years. Wait. December 20. Okay, a year ago. I'm here. A year ago. All right, we got this. So we held it in December, again in May, October. October did what it had to do. And then came on up here. So I do see this trend line here, but then in this push up that we also have right here, and I'll go ahead and just change this one blue. I guess we could technically subjectively call that one the secondary trend line, the blue one. I wanted to watch that too. All right. So do y'all see a chart pattern? Do y'all see a chart pattern? I got way too many mentees on here. Let's see, how many of y'all do I have on here? Do y'all see a chart pattern? A cup and handle. Let's go. It's a cup and handle. It's a cup and handle. Now, we could say that it was a double top if it lost the neckline, but this is a cup and handle. Look at that. Look, and it's forming the handle. So all we need, why do you keep writing double top? I said cup and handle. So all we need is for it to break this right here, right? And we already see the supply zone that it's coming down to. Like we see the supply zone that it's coming to, right? Now, if I also go ahead and turn on the Fibonacci levels, and it's from this move up, from this uptrend, we see it's retracing in here, right? The point it lost, it closed a little bit under the point. 236 and coming on down here to the 0.382. Probability is on our side that once we start to reject the fib, whether it's by bouncing or it's rejecting it at highs, right? Probability tells us that once it enters into the golden zone, it's going to flush all the way through on the golden zone, which y'all see the 0.618 is down here at 127. All right, this is what I'm looking at. I'm not looking to trade this down. I'm looking to observe this every day. I am going to observe this at the end of every market day. I have my alert set down here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and move it up to the 0.5. So 131.58, all right, which is at that primary trend line. I'm looking for that. We want to catch that bounce on Airbnb because at this point, the market is at all-time highs, okay? And some. The market is creating new all-time highs like every couple of days at this point, right? So now, when it comes to swing trading, obviously these stocks are going to follow SPY and QQQ and IWM and RTY and all of that stuff, right? So we want to be able to catch these pullbacks as they're on their way up to all-time high. And that's what I see with Airbnb. Does that make sense? One or two? All right, and then Microsoft. Microsoft crossed all-time highs and it pulled back and it's holding it. It's been holding this for a couple of weeks, okay? But look, it made all-time highs and then it pulled back and retested it. Okay. Okay. Y'all need to make sure that y'all are waiting on retest in this new market. Don't be greedy. Don't be ignorant. Wait. Just wait. It'll be fine. Just wait. It's not Pokemon. You're not going to catch them all. Just wait. Wait on the freaking retest. Just wait. Just wait on the wait. And then wait on it to break its range. All right. Wait, I think I'm in. Oh, shoot. I forgot I was in crude oil. Hold on, y'all. Let me check my crude oil real quick. Oh, thank God. What is it at? 73.61. Okay, thank gosh. Okay, let me go ahead and put this up. I'm gonna put y'all in my business. Oh, dang, that's not the one I'm in. Never mind. Okay, Microsoft. Okay, so going back to Microsoft, we got this retest. Okay, so if we come down here, it's a consolidated mess. Y'all see what to do. Y'all see what to do. Y'all see what to do. Okay, I would like to see a daily close above 376 before I got in to swing it. Swing it, and you need to be buying expiration dates that are a month out. Do not buy the same month. Do not buy the same month. Do not buy the same month. You need to be, do not buy, do not buy, do not buy, do not buy the expiration date in the same month. Do not do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay. We have entered into a very volatile period in the market. Volatile meaning something that is subject to a quick and sudden change. Okay. Think about it. If we're trading in new highs and we can't look to the left and see anything, how quickly do you think the market will sell off once we see a little red spinning top? Okay. Do not buy an expiration date in the same month. If you look at it and you're like, well, dang, I can't trade Microsoft a month out. It's too expensive. Guess what? You can't trade Microsoft, period. Move on. 7,000 other stocks you can look at. Does anybody know what an affordable alternative to Microsoft is? I would absolutely do some research on that. Look at affordable alternatives to, oh, good job, T-Law. That actually is one. I was, you know what, it's Christmas. No shade, no tea to nobody. XOK. Right? Maybe you should just trade XOK. Which, oh my gosh, is that a doji at the top? Without this having been retested? We're gonna go with XOK. Apple is more affordable as well, but it's like, it's a large cap stock, right? And so it was, maybe I should have worded it at what is a large cap stock? Affordable large cap stock alternative. All right, so Amazon. Amazon has a on the daily in here. Was it on a daily or was it the weekly? Hold on, let me see. I wrote it in my notes. Oh yeah. On the daily. On the daily. I'm not mad at it. Subjectively, right? And I could probably draw it, not probably, I can draw it better here on the hourly. Because I could just kind of, just experience, I guess you can just kind of spot it a little bit, even in the madness, even in the mess. But we got us a little bit something forming in here. Do y'all see anything forming? A little bootleg-ish, but it's forming. Y'all see that? What chart pattern do y'all see? Bull flag. Absolutely. So what should we do so that we make sure we do not miss this? What should we do? Set an alert. Where do we set alerts at? At their trend lines. Good job, Yanae. Look, the Christmas spirit is within me. Tierra, sis, I was like, dang, please text me tomorrow. I started to text you today to circle back to the content. But yes, good job, Rich. Good job, Miss Jordan. Are you married yet? Are you Mrs. not Jordan anymore? Good job, good in the wood. Oh, that's too much. Good job to you. Okay, so Amazon. Yeah, absolutely want to catch Amazon. Let me go to the daily. So y'all see, you can see it in there. You can see in there. Okay. All right. And so if I turn on the 5th, well, why are you wasting my time? There we go. No, extension. Okay, sorry, y'all. I promise I'm intelligent. I promise. All right. So it closed, it got above last week. It got above the 0.618, but it closed right under it. Closed right under it at this 153.96. Okay. I would prefer over the high of last week, so above 157. And I'm looking to swing this thing. Okay. My first target being 163. Yes, honey, change your last name, sis. Change that last name because you're married now. Congratulations, by the way. I forgot to congratulate you in the Discord, girl. They definitely gonna want to congratulate you. I'm pretty sure. Love you too, Deja. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, I'm looking for this one. I like it above there, but if you did see it, 154 to 157 looks like a nice day trade. I'll say that, leave it at that. All right. From above the weekly fib level to the height of last week. That'd be a nice day trade. But the reason why I'm saying day trade is because if it rejected there last week, we shouldn't be surprised if it started to reject there this week too, right? And so knowing that will prevent you from hanging on to a losing trade too long. So if you do get in here, it could absolutely be early entry, but just be aware that might just be a day trade as well. So Amazon, Microsoft, let's see. I wanted to go through the 3 we were on for re-entry. SE, OKTA, just do not miss those leaps. Amazon and Microsoft to catch them going back above all-time high. Starbucks. Okay. Starbucks is a bit tricky because it's coming here to this trend line, okay? And this trend line is sitting right here at the what? The 0.618. Oh, I did congratulate you. Okay, period. Good. It's coming down here to the 0.618. That's about a $2.5 move down. It's R Jordan in the Discord tier. R Jordan, R Jordan. She's the one who trades Nvidia all the time. Y'all probably seen her. But anyways, so this is tricky. Because I know we're sitting here talking about swing trades, and I see it over here. Hey, Risha. But this might be a day trade because Starbucks can move about that much in a day, depending on the market, or it might even be like an overnight trade, right? This isn't anything where I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be able to hold this for a whole week. So on this one, you know, if you bought a weekly expiration date, it wouldn't kill you. But probably at least like the following week. But anyway, so it could be as simple as below the low of this week. All right, so below 94.34, targeting 91.50. I don't know if that'll happen in a day. I don't know if it'll be overnight. I don't know. But that one's just easy. Okay. Below 94.34, targeting 91.50. Again, might be a day trade. You might be able to swing it overnight. I don't think it's gonna take, it's Starbucks. It's not gonna take it a whole week to move down $2. Y'all with me on that one? On how y'all with me? 1 or 2? 1 for yes, 2 for no. All right, good. And that's really it. Oh, and Ulta. Yeah, I love y'all. I did tell y'all. I really did already tell y'all in the Discord. I hope that y'all did go ahead and get into it. Y'all saw Resilient Nurse 8 on it. Okay. I hope you did. Wait for the low of this week. Before the low of last week, so below 469. Trend is down. Now, if this 469 into here, and you see the trend line that I do have here, this lost it due to earnings and then came back up. We got this rounding bottom, another rounding bottom, you guys. Okay, and it's doing the handle. I don't know if it's gonna hold this trend. I'm not sure, right? But this shooting star followed, or inverse hammer, whatever you want to call it, followed by the spinning top. The bearish movement came in last week. Take this on down here to this trend line. It's got about a $30 push down. And even if you followed the fib, with your first level being 451. All right. So this is absolutely one that I'd be looking at and maybe getting like a lower wick rejection off the trend line here. But if it does lose the trend line, the next level that you're looking at is 428, y'all. And like I said, once we enter into the golden zone on the fib, the probability is on our side that it will continue down to meet the 618 or 382, whichever way it's going. So I'd be looking for that one too. Someone asked me, what do I think about what oil is gonna do? Can you look at Costco? Don't send too many requests, y'all, because I'm hopping off, but I'll look at Costco real quick. What am I doing? Oil. I think that oil is gonna bounce, is what I think. Are you in the Discord? Who asked that? Rich Sarone. So I put my thoughts on oil in there, and I put it on Instagram as well. I think that it is the time to be buying oil stocks because it hit a low. I'm also gonna fill this up, y'all, or not fill this up, but you're gonna get quite a few messages coming through here this coming up week, because I've been working on this week on like my investment portfolio, and I'm gonna go ahead and share it with y'all. But I already said this, like crude oil just went below the weekly 200 MA. If you haven't already been doing so, it's time to start averaging into oil stocks, right? And since then they're all up like $5 at a minimum. I'm curious as to how you select your contracts for Ulta, since most of them have very little open interest. The one with the highest open interest, right? Like not every stock is for everybody. I guess I'll say that because I did get a lot of comments about Lowe's, but then Lowe's ended up going 75%. So not every stock is for everybody, and it depends. I would say that Ulta and Lowe's, to trade those, you have to be okay with a bit of a wider spread, and then you have to be okay with having low volume, right? Like Ulta tends to just kind of move at one point of the day. So I just go with the highest open interest, and I look at the Greeks and the deltas and things like that, or the Greeks and the deltas, and I look at the Greeks, specifically delta and gamma. But yeah, that's what I think on that. It held the 200 MA, and then we have a Morningstar pattern here on the 200 MA. I was trying to clean some of this up so you could see, but you can see it on the weekly. That's a Morningstar pattern. We caught that. So yeah, you should be buying oil. That's my opinion. Costco. I mean, come on, y'all. This is just one of those things where, I mean, come on, y'all. I'm good, but I can't predict the future. At this point, once you get into trading all-time highs, mark off the all-time high that we crossed, because that is now your level of support, and wait on it to pull back. That's all I can, that's the only advice that I can give you. And if anybody else gives you any other type of advice, they're fraud. That's about all you can do. And then maybe since we see that gap right there, you could go ahead and mark that whole thing off and wait on a pullback. There is nothing that you can pull up. There's nothing, I mean, there's no indicator at all that you can pull up on these higher time frames when we cross new highs that can help you. There's nothing that you can look at. There's nothing. Wait on it to pull back. And that's what I got. I'll let this upload and I'll put it on a YouTube link, and I'll put it in the Discord later. Y'all be careful trading. I think we have quite a few classes. And I'll just kind of say this: if y'all see me post a class during the holiday season and I don't show up, give me grace. You don't blow my DMs up. And I know that Essence, there's a class every day this week. Essence will be doing live trading, as will I, on Thursday. Be mindful of the Santa Claus rally, which is the last 5 trading days of the year and the first 2 trading days of the new year. Be mindful of the saying, however January goes, so will the year, right? Be mindful of that. When you're trading new highs, be mindful, has the stock pulled back yet, like we saw with Microsoft. All right, that's how you trade new highs. Don't do this. Wait, do something like Microsoft to pull that back up. If you didn't see it, we like that. You cross all-time high and then pulled back. We like that. And we can see what we can only assume is them accumulating, right? Because this is our new level of support. Our new demands on all we can do is assume that they are accumulating. And obviously y'all know Cam and Haitian Keys are absolute day trading monsters, so be looking out for them. And I'll be around for future swing trading, but I am enjoying the I'm enjoying the holidays and entering into these positions and getting my portfolio ready. So y'all will see me do that live trading on Thursday, swing trades when the setup comes. But other than that, getting my portfolio ready for the new year. So I'll be putting like a lot of different investing ideas that I have, looking at analyst upgrades and downgrades from my portfolio list that I do have now, and so on and so on, and just getting ready and setting my financial goals. I don't care what anybody says. What's it called when you do the 2000 at the New Year's resolutions, right? Whether you want to call it a resolution, whether you're saying it's your 12-month goal, whatever it is, do that, especially when it comes to the market. Y'all survived the hardest 18 months in one of the worst 18 months that the market has seen. Reward yourself by making sure that you're prepared for this upcoming year. And I guess the last thing that I have to say is we'll just come here and we'll look at ELF when I first started telling y'all to buy it, when it was at $22. It's now at $143. I was screaming at y'all to buy this company. The same, like screaming at y'all, and people was like, never really heard of it, don't know anything about it. And y'all started trying to hop in when it pushed up $100. I'm just here to let y'all know SE and OKTA. I have that same feeling. I'm sitting up here yelling at y'all for them. Okay? It ain't gonna do it for too much longer. Do not miss those stocks. Those are the 2024 stocks right there. From my lips to God's ears. Have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas, y'all.